Hi everybody, this is John from DroidDog.com. Today I'll be unboxing the NOOKcolor, which is Barnes & Noble's follow-up to the original Nook, which had a dual screen layout with a black and white e-ink display on top and a full-color navigational strip down at the bottom here. The NOOKcolor just has one display, all full color. And I'll admit I'm a little worried about eye fatigue, especially in the dark, as opposed to the original e-ink display which required a light. This is backlit. But they do use a interesting technology to combat the problem of fatigue in the dark, and that's that they put a layer of anti-glare material on the inside of the display. So hopefully that'll help with the fatigue, and I'll report back on that after a few days once I've had a chance to really use this in the dark. So let's get to it. So the NOOKcolors started shipping ahead of time, and a few people who pre-ordered online to have them delivered to their houses have already seen them. I picked mine up at the local Barnes & Noble after putting my name in to be in line for an early one without actually putting down money. If I can get it open, this will be a really great video. There we go. So yeah, $249 for the Wi-Fi only version, and that's the only one they have at the moment. The earlier Nooks, of course, started with the AT&T free lifetime 3G service, and then later they came out with a Wi-Fi only version. The woman that I spoke with at my local Barnes & Noble, their Nook expert there, said she wasn't even sure there would ever be a 3G version of this, or if so, there would probably have to be some sort of monthly fee to users, simply because the content in the market for the NOOKcolor, the files happen to be a lot bigger because, you know, getting an e-ink book is different than getting a magazine with full color pictures, right? So the bandwidth would have to be paid for by somebody. Okay, so I totally had to destroy the packaging to get into this accessories cubby hole here. And what we have is the USB to micro USB charging and data cable, and of course the wall adapter, folds up for travel, standard USB. And here's the quick start guide. Let's see here, you must fully charge your Nook before using it for the first time. Plug your Nook into a wall outlet, blah blah blah. Wait until it's green before you turn it on. So let's just take a quick look at the diagrams here. Up at the top we have a headphone jack, volume buttons, vivid view color touchscreen, and that's what I was talking about with the layer of anti-glare material that's on the inside of the glass there. The home button, this is a hardware button, it's not touch sensitive like the first Nook, it actually clicks. You've got a micro USB port, micro SD memory card slot, and it unlocks. This is probably the most indicative feature of Android on the device, is the slide to unlock feature that's on this one. Now I'm going to let it charge before we take it back over to where I normally do this kind of thing. So I'll leave it plugged in over here, but I wanted to show you what happened when I first plugged it in. On the micro end of the micro USB to standard USB cable, you have a little Nook logo, and I'm not sure how well it's turning up in the sunlight here, but it's glowing orange, so I have to wait for that to turn green before I unplug it and I get to work with the Nook here. It's green, the light turned green. Give you a real quick walk around this thing before I start it. You got the volume rockers on the right side, power button on the left, micro USB on the bottom, 3.5mm audio jack on the top. Back is soft touch. Okay, there we go. It says, "Touch the future of reading." Trademark. Nice subdued Nook logo there. Kind of a brushed metal look. Very slick looking device. We thank you for choosing NOOKcolor. We are sure you will love it. Please take a moment to set up your device. Let's watch the video first.
Welcome to NOOKcolor by Barnes & Noble, a reading experience like no other. The world's largest collection of books, magazines, newspapers, and children's picture books is at your fingertips and ready to enjoy on NOOKcolor's revolutionary new Vivid View touchscreen. My name is Kate, and I'm here with some quick tips to get started. Let me show you how to navigate your new NOOKcolor. Almost everything can be done with a quick tap. Tapping the arrow at the bottom of a display opens the quick nav bar that gets you to NOOKcolor's main features. Tapping a book cover opens the book. Tapping and holding reveals more reading options. Swiping a page, or tapping on the right of a page, takes you to the next page. Press the NOOK button to get to the home screen. At the bottom, you'll see all of your new books, magazines, and newspapers each day. You can drag a book to the home screen so it's always there, ready for you to read. Use 2 fingers to zoom in on any picture, or pinch to zoom out. Your library is where you keep all your books, magazines, and newspapers organized. You can scroll to move up and down the list, or tap and hold to choose more options. Now let's get you set up. First, you need to connect to Wi-Fi. Every Barnes & Noble bookstore has free Wi-Fi, so your NOOKcolor will connect automatically in store. When you're at home, or another Wi-Fi hotspot, NOOKcolor will step you through the process and help you connect. If you're connecting to a password-protected hotspot, be sure to have your password handy. Then it's quick to register. You need your email address and your Barnes & Noble account password. If you don't have an account, we will help you create one. After this video, the next screen will help you get set up, and you'll be ready to experience the future of reading with your NOOKcolor.
Now, one thing I noticed that she said there was that you get free Wi-Fi access at all Barnes & Noble locations. Notice that she did not say you get free Wi-Fi at AT&T hotspots, as was the case with the original Nook. So it seems that AT&T is just completely out of the picture on this device. So I'll accept the terms and conditions, Eastern Time Zone, and I'll set up my network here. Alright, and I'm connected. Last step of 5 is to register my device. Okay, and here we have a getting started screen. Watch tutorials and learn about NOOKcolor. I'm ready to start exploring. Go to NOOKcolor Home, shop for books, get free trials. Let's just go to NOOKcolor Home. I'll check out the videos later. So here we have the quick nav bar, soft touch button there, just part of the display. And at the bottom, we have a hardware NOOK button that actually clicks. And it's just the little N NOOK logo that's the button. There's no surrounding plastic that's part of the button. So just the N sticks up through a hole, or a slot, I should say, in the surface there. So here are periodicals down at the bottom. And these will update automatically right here. However, if I want to leave one of them on my home screen, I can do that. And here it's saying, view and open your latest content with the daily shelf. That's this. Drag to the home panel up here to organize your favorites. Downloading your content may take a moment. So I'm just going to drag this one, if it'll let me. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to set that up there. And if this was a periodical like National Geographic or the New York Times or something like that, it would not update with the latest issue here. You would look down on your daily shelf for that. But you want to save one issue, put it aside on your home screen right there. So already it's much easier to navigate and find items in your library than it was on the original Nook. And another feature that's really helpful is search. So if I want to find something that I was reading, not my last reads, you know, you can jump straight to what you're currently reading. But if it was not my last read, I want to pick up on another book, I can search for it here. And this keyboard, already I can tell you just from, you know, putting in my network information and my Nook account information, this thing runs circles around the original Nook keyboard, which had to reside in that tiny little color strip at the bottom. So here I found my book that I want to jump to. I have to download it to this Nook. Now, next week they're going to be releasing an update to the Nook software for the original Nook and for Android and iPhone that will allow syncing across devices, meaning where your bookmarks are, pick up where you left off. You want to read at night in bed with your Nook and then hop on the bus the next day and pick it up with Android. You'll be able to go right to the same spot you left off on. Right now you can't do that, but it's coming soon. Okay, so tap or swipe to turn a page back, tap to open a menu. It's the word contextual menu, and then tap or swipe to turn page forward that way. So here we are. I'm going to long press here and select the word, and I can highlight it. I can make notes about a section. I can share a section with my contacts on Facebook via Twitter. How do you do it with contacts? You can now add new contacts by tapping Add Contact, or set up your NOOKcolor to use all your email contacts by tapping here. That's pretty cool. Good for lending, because you can lend these books to people for a period of time. It will not be on your device. Somebody else can borrow it. When their time is up, it pops back up on your device, just like a physical book. There you go. You can do additional research outside of the included dictionary on Wikipedia and Google. So I'm just going to tap out of that. Let's bring up the main nav bar here. We can go to my library. Whoops. The shop, which they did just launch a Spanish language shop today, which is great. Search, extras. Let's see what extras are. We've got chess, contacts, crossword, gallery, lend me, music, Pandora, and Sudoku. Web, and this should be a much better experience than on the old black and white Nook. As you can see, the screen is not in sync with the camera. At least it doesn't look like it on my LCD here on the back of my camera. But there you go. That's a full color web browsing experience, and you can zoom. Looks like you can't do pinch to zoom on the web actually, but and the other option is settings. And here we can get into changing screen brightness and timeout. I'll leave it a little bit brighter for this video here. And I don't know if you can do an easy back. Oh, there we go. Sounds. Notifications, media volume. Set the time. Set an unlock passcode, 4 digits. Keyboard sounds, auto capitalization, quick fixes for commonly typed mistakes. App settings, you can change the wallpaper. Clear your keep reading list for picking back up where you left off. Require a password for purchases. Social connectivity for Facebook, Twitter, and Google. That's fantastic. And choose which item should be included in your search. Okay, so you get back to your book by hitting just the little picture of a book there. Go figure, right? Tapping the bottom of the text rather than this arrow down here gives you another menu. And you can jump around the pages right there. Look at your table of contents, list of notes and highlights, and bookmarks. You can search from right there. Whoops. Share by recommending, rating, and reviewing, or posting a reading status with your social networks. Change your text settings, the font size, the actual font, margins, and then you can always just jump back to the publisher defaults. Up at the top of your page, you've got the cute little Nook bookmark icon that you can add and remove bookmarks with. Tapping the clock area on the bar gives you a quick settings pop-up for Wi-Fi connectivity, muting, the orientation, whether it should be automatically rotated when you just move your Nook that way, or the brightness, all right there. And if you go to My Library, you can select if you just want to show books, magazines, newspapers, My Shelves, which you can create custom shelves here that'll save your information, your files, and Lend Me. You can choose how those are displayed if you have enough of them, hierarchy or a grid.